The view was pretty, but that didn't last. I got to see countless cities. Sometimes it's easier to let go. Follow your gut, take the right road into the unknown.
Okay, I want to take a quick look at a bases loaded double from the game against the Sharks in pool play on Saturday. Here we go. I'm slowed it down a little bit because a lot of stuff is happening here. The ball's already in the air, and here we go. Ball is down now. Runner 1 will score. Ball's at the relay. Runner 2 will come in to score. And the result of the play is no outs recorded, 2 runs score. A lot going on here, so let's take a look at it one more time. This is at 9/10 of real speed, so this is slowed down slightly. Ball is in the relay's hand now. Ball is on its way to 4. Second run scores. No outs. Okay. A lot of confusion on the base paths, which is usually a sign that there's an opportunity to pick up some outs. Okay. As you will see, the runner who's leaving 1 never recognizes that this is potentially a catchable fly ball. And so she just continues on to second, never makes a move to go back or hold and tag up. The runner from second, who's the only runner on the field who can't actually see the ball because it's behind her, she recognizes late when the coach tells her, oh, no, you got to get back. But the ball is already down. She heads back, looks for the ball. Ball is on the ground now, so she turns around and heads back. The runner on 3, who's closest to her coach, advances and then just sort of laughs it off. Oh, yeah, I probably should have gotten back and tagged up. So at one point, though, I want you to pay attention that we have 2 runners here between second and third at the same time. 2 runners between the same 2 bases, okay? So let's talk about where things broke down and why we didn't record an out here. Wound up with no outs and 2 runs scoring. It probably could have been 1 out and 1 run scored. Okay, so the ball is right here, and we have right field moving over as she should. And here's our middies. Here's second base moving out towards the ball as she should. Shortstop is moving towards the ball as she should, but instead of covering the base, proceeds out into the outfield, and now we have 2 cuts in the outfield and no one covering second. Ladies, we have to cover every base on every play. Every base on every play. First base has left first base open because that makes sense on a play like this, so that pitcher can crash preferably to neutral territory to back up the throw to 3, or to crash to the backstop to back up the throw to 4, which is likely since the catcher is standing here with their arms up calling 4. Third base, we need to cover third base. And on a play like this, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can either straddle your feet across the bag on the foul side of the bag so that these runners have the inside of the bag without an obstruction call, or you can index the outside of your right foot on the outfield side of the bag so that a throw coming in from the outfield or the infield, you can catch in the glove and place a cross-body tag down in the dirt right there. Catcher, I'd like your right foot back here a little closer to the plate so that any throw coming in, you can sweep behind and take away and make a tag either on a hook. But the bigger problem here is that we have 2 relays in the outfield and no one covering the base. Middies, the rule is you always move towards the ball. So on a ball that's on the right side of this center line, shortstop, your job is to move towards the ball, which is going to take you to second base. Your responsibility is to cover second base. Second base, you're going to move towards the ball, which makes you the relay, okay? Right field and outfielders, you have 2 jobs. Right field, your job here is to back up the ball in case center field slips, breaks an ankle, runs into the wall, something happens, can't get control of the ball. You need to be right there so that if something happens, you can immediately pick up the ball and get that ball on its way where it's supposed to go. The other important job of the outfielder is you need to be telling the outfielder, in this case the center fielder, you need to be telling the center fielder where that throw is going to go. The center fielder already has enough to do, chasing down that ball, picking it up, making a transition, making the throw. They don't also need to stand up, turn around, and figure out where to throw it. Before she even picks up the ball, the right fielder, whoever the outfielder is who's closest to the play and can get over there, should be telling her, hey, relay, 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 or cut, 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 cut. She's got to know before she even has control of the ball where she has to throw it, and your job is to communicate that to her. Okay? So right field, you need to book your way over to this play, and we sort of leave up. We see that she has the ball, we're running super hard, and then we sort of let up. You need to be over here in her ear, hey, relay, relay, relay. Okay? Now, middies, right here, shortstop is in almost the correct relay position. This is closer to a correct relay position. Correct relay position, ladies, is your arms are out wide. Why? Because on a relay throw, the person throwing the ball is trying to hit the relay on their glove side. If you have your hands up here like this, it's very hard to tell which hand has the glove on. So we put them like this, so that whoever's throwing in the relay can see, hey, her glove is on this hand, I'm going to throw this side. It's a lot faster to relay if we catch the ball here, transition, and make the throw. So we want that relay to come in on the glove side. If they throw the ball over here, you're going to take a step to the side so that we can catch on the relay side and get the relay on its way. So correct relay position to make yourself as big a visual target to the person throwing the ball as possible, and to show them which hand the glove is on. Correct relay position is arms out wide, saying, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. Okay? So get into correct relay position, and you're going to help your outfielders a whole lot. You're going to help yourself a whole lot. So at this point, we've covered that. Now, the ball is in the relay's hand right now. And the whole infield should be calling 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, right? We have two players here that could be echoing the catcher's call for 4, and the catcher should be screaming 4 at the top of her lungs, so that the relay, as soon as she has possession of the ball, and in fact, before she has possession of the ball, should know, I'm throwing this ball to 4. As soon as I get the ball, I'm throwing the ball to 4. And look where this runner is, okay? Here's the runner. This is her arm right here, okay? She's right here. Relay has possession of the ball. And we're going to take 6 or 7 steps. The ball is in the air now. The runner has advanced all the way from back here to right here. And catcher moves away from the bag to make a catch, taking herself out of the play to make a tag. But we've given up this run by holding that ball and not knowing that it's going to 4. Has it? It takes a really good collegiate level runner 2.5 to 3 seconds to go from a base to a base. So if a relay is holding a ball for 2.5 to 3 seconds, you've given up a base, all right? And that's exactly what happened here. Now, let's talk about what happens next, because if this was a really good running team like Rock Gold that you guys saw on Sunday, a very well-coached team when it comes to running, which thankfully this group was not. As you saw, there was a lot of confusion on the base paths. They would have scored another run right here, okay? Our pitcher is right here. Our first baseman is in the circle. Catcher has the ball. Third base is over at the bag. And we're going to take the ball, we're going to turn our back to the runner, and we're going to throw it to the first baseman in the circle. The rule in U-Trip is that the pitcher has to have the ball in the circle for the play to be dead. Most umpires don't know that rule, and they think that as long as a warm-blooded body has the ball in the circle, the play is dead. But even that rule would not have mattered at this point, because I want you to see what we're going to do. We have the ball in the circle. The catcher is going to turn her back to the runner. Third base is going to turn her back to the runner. Pitcher is going to walk into the circle. And instead of waiting, we're going to take the ball and we are going to throw the ball out of the circle again. This is a live ball to the pitcher who has the ball now, and she's not in the circle. This runner could have left the bag without implicating the look-back rule because we voluntarily threw the ball back out of the circle. There is no reason to toss this ball or throw this ball to the pitcher who's coming back into the circle. You hand it to her. Third base, your job is to stick to this runner like Belgian caviar to a cracker until the play is over. Catcher, you do not ever turn your backs to the runner, ever. You can walk backwards to get back where you need. Left field, if this had turned into a pickle, your job is to back up the pickle. Don't take your eyes off the runner. You can also walk backwards back to the outfield. And as a result, we now have not looking, not looking, not looking, not looking, not looking. This runner could have stolen home or at least gotten into a pickle, and it would have been 3 runs scored, no outs. It's just too sloppy, ladies. It's just too sloppy on the defense. We got to cover every bag. We got to communicate where the throws are going to be. If you're receiving the throw, you need to be vocal. And the relay, you have got it. If you're a relay and you don't hear people screaming the number before you ever have a chance to transition, you need to have a chat with your infield, okay? Because they're not doing their jobs. I hope that helps, and we'll see you soon.